What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, P-Dubs, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super GameRoom Dudes. Let's get it started.
I don't know if you guys saw it before we went live, but guys, we are proud to say that per the Nostalgia meter, we are now 60.39% more awesome this week. So you guys are tuning into a wonderful episode. The show has improved by 60.39%. Michael B., what do you think of the Nostalgia meter and the improvements made to our show?
I think they're great. Do we have any more footage of the Nostalgia meter by any chance?
No, I completely forgot it.
Oh, no.
We'll have to save that for next week.
Okay.
Nostalgia, how did you come up with this number? Did you just pull it out of thin air for our show or what?
No, I have the Nostalgia meter. I measured it. It is nice to know that I don't even have to be on the show to have an impact on it. So you're welcome, guys.
That's right,
welcome, guys. 60.39% better than it was last week. Thanks so much for tuning into the Super GameRoom Dudes, your arcade and gaming podcast show. I, of course, am Patrick, aka P-Dubs. With me, as always, is Carl Detroit Love, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia. Thanks, as always, to my three homies here for hanging out with me every week. I really do look forward to Fridays the most, because I just have so much fun broadcasting with you guys. You guys are so much fun. So how's everyone doing in the chat? Detroit Love, are the usual suspects there? Let's see if the usual suspects are here. We got Selperis. Who else we got?
Jeff Rule, Hollywood Polo, Zod Ryder, Michael B. Brad's in the house as always. You have to say this one here, P-Dubs. Mike, what's his last name?
Mike Hawk. And we leave it at that. Sidearms is here. Kneel before Zod. Comless
Average
here.
Gamer is in the house. Jeff Rainwater, Terry B.
Hollywood Polo, Crumb, Jolly Green, Kev Gret, Mike Caputo. Man, the list goes on and on. Same names every week, guys. We love you. Thanks for tuning into the show. We actually got a number of things we want to talk about tonight. Hopefully we can get through them all. I figure while we're waiting for folks to join, we could talk about a really quick one. iArcade today announced that Space Ace is finally going to be released on their platform next week on March 30th. Nostalgia, what do you think about the trilogy now being complete and available to play on your iArcade? Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair 2, and now Space Ace. Guys in the chat, let me know what you think about this as well if you caught the news today in Jong's live stream.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I really like playing Dragon's Lair on the iArcade. So from my perspective, it's awesome. I love when these types of games are coming into it. I also like that they're using kind of the more modern versions of those games. I happen to like, oh, you're switching us around. What's going on here?
Well, I'm tired of your face being covered whenever you're talking, so I'm going to flip you whenever you're talking. That way,
okay,
you don't get covered. So
that's fine.
But keep going. I'm sorry, sir. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. Yeah, I absolutely love that it's coming, or that it's right around the corner. And yeah, no, it makes sense. You gotta complete that that trilogy there.
Yeah, Michael B. the Game Genie. What are your thoughts about Space Ace? Are you going to be picking that up on your iArcade you have in your house?
What's Space Ace? I only know what Slurpee is.
Oh, stop it. You know what Space Ace is. Come on now.
Space Ace is dope, man. Like, I'm surprised it came out so early. Like, when they talked about those three games coming out, Dragon's Lair 2 came out in about the amount of time. But, I mean, we have Space Ace, and it only feels like yesterday we got Dragon's Lair 2. So, this is exciting. John and his team just keep throwing out hot fire. I mean, we just got Dead Cells, and now Space Ace coming right around the corner. Wow.
Yep. Carl, what about you? Are you going to be giving that game a shot?
Man, I don't even know what Space Ace is. Come on. No, I know what it is, but I like I said, I didn't play those games growing up. Those games were very difficult. They're still difficult today. I still have not gotten past the first 3 or 4 screens on Dragon's Lair. Though I am playing in the mode that at least tells me what to do, so I have a shot now. But you don't get any. The scoring works differently, right? When you're getting the help, but those games are pretty cool. Graphically, they're pretty sweet. They're difficult. They're memory games. My memory's gone.
Devil Waldo here says Space Ace is better than Dragon's Lair 2. Am I wrong? I don't think so. I think I would agree with him. I think I would rank Space Ace 2 up there as a better game than Dragon's Lair 2. I think that makes sense. And keep in mind, it's just our personal opinions. There's nothing wrong with it. But then again, I do like playing Dragon's Lair 2 because it's, you know how Dragon's Lair 1 is so random, Michael B? Like it's random. Like you die and then they just stick you somewhere, like, right? Like I don't understand how that works. But Dragon's Lair 2, if you die, you just start like right over at that like original checkpoint or cutscene. So to me, it's easier for me to play Dragon's Lair 2 than Dragon's Lair 1 because, you know, you die, then all of a sudden the screen pops on and you're in a totally different, like I wasn't here 10 seconds ago. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does, because like that's something I always didn't like about the original Dragon's Lair. Like I could completely botch one section, but it still pushes me ahead in the game if I have enough lives. So I can beat the game without really beating the game. So I like the fact that Dragon's Lair 2 makes you play the whole game.
Mm-hmm. And in the mode that I mentioned that I play on the regular Dragon's Lair, it does that. It does it the correct way. If you die, you get to finish that. So, and that's needed for me because I don't really know what to do. So I'm learning as I go. So that's important to be able to stay in the same area and play. So that's neat that they have that in the game, so you can play at that level to learn. Because otherwise, like you said, it's difficult. If you don't know what to do, you don't even get a chance to even try something different, right? When it takes you to a totally different scene. So they did a great job with those games. I'm impressed. Gives me options.
Yep, very exciting. And other heavy hitters are going to be coming soon for the iArcade. So a lot of the other bigger name titles that we've been waiting for. Jong has got these things coming out. It almost feels back to back to back to back lately. Like Michael B said, we just got Dragon's Lair 2 like a month ago, and here we are with Space Ace. So a lot of the good stuff is coming, as well as new licenses, new partnerships, new announcements. So the iArcade has a high ceiling. And of course, we wish Jong the best and wish him to be very successful. So, excuse me, guys. But I wanted to switch gears here now that we got a nice bunch of folks here in the chat. Did you guys see the news today from Evercade about the Evercade VS teaser? They did an AMA on their Discord channel, which I caught the other day, and they were hinting towards the possibility of there being new stuff coming, new partnerships, new games, new licenses, as well as the possibility of a new product. And sure enough, the Evercade, and today they started teasing the Evercade VS. What do you guys in the live chat? Did you guys catch that? What do you think it is? And we'll kind of go around the horn here. Nostalgia, what do you think about this Evercade VS? What is this thing, my friend?
I'm not 100% sure. I follow Evercade. I like their product. I've got their handheld on a bunch of their games, and I tend to follow them. The thing that I was sitting there wondering is, what does VS stand for? Are we looking at an abbreviation? Are we looking at versus? Are we thinking like it's some sort of virtual system? Is it some sort of video system? Like what is this thing? So I'm curious to see the direction that they're going. I do think it's going to be another piece of hardware. Mm-hmm. What kind of hardware? I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know. It's kind of See, we've got somebody saying multiplayer, and that's what I'm thinking. Maybe some sort of like a versus device, maybe something that you can connect to your handheld and you can play multiplayer games or something like that. I don't know.
Well, it depends on how you look at those initials. So versus could be versus, a way to play 2-player, right? But then again, versus VS could also be video system, right? So it could be a whole new piece of hardware. I saw some YouTube videos today from some other YouTubers who cover gaming, and they mentioned the possibility they thought it might be a console. Now, if that's true, guys, what I like about the Evercade is the fact that you have these discs, or not these discs, these cartridges, right? You collect physical cartridges, you collect the cases. All the games have these beautiful booklets that come with the games. What do you guys think? I mean, we still collect physical copies of consoles today, but what about collecting physical copies of retro games? Would that interest you guys? Would you guys want a retro gaming console and collect retro gaming cartridges? I'm not talking PlayStation 5 stuff. What do you think, Michael B? Do you think there's a market for that? Do you think that's interesting, exciting? What do you think, my friend?
Absolutely. I've got a Evercade as well. I've got a number of their games. I like the discs. I like the little clamshells they come in. I've been a video game collector all my life. So there's certainly an aspect of getting a cartridge, a physical cartridge that you plug in, that's still very exciting to me, being a 40-year-old person that went through that whole cartridge landscape and bringing that back again. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Evercade, and I'm excited to see where they're going with this. I don't know why video system. Every time I see video system, it makes me think of VCR for some reason. That's why I was laughing earlier.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I think it would be cool if that's what it ends up being. We don't know yet. I think that would be a nice, just another nice thing to have in your home for playing retro games, right? Because, I love my arcade machines. I love standing in front of my arcade machines, but sometimes you want to sit down and play retro arcade games from the couch, right? So, that's why I still like playing like my Raspberry Pi 4 and stuff. I'll still plug that into the TV and sit on the couch and stuff like that. So go ahead.
Yeah, so sorry to plug myself again, but in my review, I talked about one of my favorite things that I was very surprised by was how much fun I had plugging my Evercade into a TV and actually playing it directly through the controller itself. So it seems like if they are making a console, that's a pretty natural progression. It's going to work very well.
Do me a favor, guys, in the live chat. I need to take a quick poll. Put a 1 in the chat if you own an Evercade or are considering purchasing an Evercade handheld console, or put a 0 in the chat if either you don't have one or you have zero interest in it. Definitely want to take that quick poll as we go here. Now, I'll tell you my honest opinion. I have it, and I have about 10 of the 14 or 15 cartridges. I never did a review video on my channel. I got it. I thought it was cool. Said, okay, I'm going to do a review video. And then I put it to the side. And eventually it just sat there in a pile of stuff for months, and I never touched it, right? Until the Atari Lynx cartridges came out. Now, once those Atari Lynx cartridges came out, I purchased them off of Amazon, plugged them into the Evercade, and really enjoyed them. Those two Atari Lynx cartridges are really good. Good collection of games. They play really well, and it's a ton of fun. But after that, I went back and I played like the original cartridges that came with the system, and I was like, you know what? I actually kind of like this thing. So then turn around and I went on a little Amazon binge, and I bought like 6 or 7 more cartridges all in one shot, had them all shipped to me because they're cheap. They're like, $20 a pop, something like that. So I'm really starting to appreciate the Evercade myself personally. Nostalgia, what do you think about it? I know you actually did a review video on your channel for it, and where do you sit today compared to where you were when you did your review video? What are you thinking? Do you think a big future ahead, or what's up?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the interesting thing about that device is that it is really powerful. It's got a decent chipset in there, so they haven't really leveraged that yet. A lot of what we're seeing is console games. So we haven't seen any high-end console games. We haven't really seen anything other than 8 and 16-bit. But if Evercade really wanted to, they could certainly throw something more advanced on there. And without saying anything specifically, they could potentially get into like lower end 3D rendered games or things like that. Like the chipset's capable of it. So
that's good to know.
If they have a good team, which I'm assuming they have a good team, they could really get some awesome licenses and push them out and find an official way for people to purchase licensed games by cartridge and play it on a more modern handheld.
No, I haven't played that yet. I don't own one, but I'm a big fan of physical games. I've never been a fan of the digital downloads, and I think the market sort of skewed me against it because they weren't giving you those digital copies any cheaper than it would if you actually bought the physical copy. So I like I still have boxes full of games from all different systems because I never sold them to GameStop or whoever these companies were that bought them. So I rather have the physical copy than just a digital download. Contrary to that, the younger generation, they rather download. So I think it's interesting that they're reintroducing that to this newer generation because at the end of the day, I rather have the physical copy than a system that you just download it only. So I like the idea of it for sure.
Time to make another live purchase during the show, Carl. Michael B., what are your thoughts? Because you reviewed it, and it's been months since your review. Where are you at from today versus back then with the Evercade? What are you thinking?
I'm surprised really how much the rest of my family likes it. My daughter has become completely enamored with the Evercade. It's a totally upstairs thing, which is surprising. It doesn't live in my game room or down in my arcade. My daughter just has a hold of it, and she just wants to constantly play the games on the Namco collection cartridge. So she's been playing it like crazy. I'm very, very surprised. It's her go-to gaming device, and her and her mom enjoy it quite a bit. I've been playing it when I can get my hands on it from them.
Well, it sounds like, guys, Evercade is just something to keep an eye on to see what's up their sleeve, what they're coming out with. What you can say is they actually have a pretty big fan base. They got a couple pretty big fan groups on Facebook. They're definitely very popular over in Europe. There are a lot of YouTube channels, and they actually have podcast shows dedicated to the Evercade. I think it's called the Evercast is their podcast show. Guys, you definitely want to maybe just keep your eyes on what Evercade has going on and what they announce in the coming months. And if you're not interested today, you might be interested in the future. Who knows, right? So I'm interested to see what they have rolling out down the road. We'll keep our eyes on it and obviously report on it here at the Super GameRoom Dudes. Now, before we switch gears, Michael B., the Game Genie, has a special message for all of you regarding, if it's chilly outside, because it's still winter in some parts of the country. If only there was something they could wear to keep them warm this time of year, Michael B., what would you recommend everybody do?
If you're cold, head on over to Nostalgia's Teespring store and check out the various Super GameRoom Dudes merchandise that we have available. You can get everything from your favorite Super GameRoom Dudes, such as myself, Michael B. the Game Genie, Detroit Love, Nostalgia, all your favorite Super GameRoom Dudes. So go over there, get your merchandise today. It's fantastic.
Oh man, I love it when he does that. It's so cute. Nostalgia, let's talk before we switch to Arcade1Up, because I definitely wanted. I was really excited to see this week, throughout the week, like every day, 9 or 10 YouTube videos dropped about the RG351V handheld device. Yours was one of my favorite videos, not because we're friends, but because I thought you did a really good job, just honestly, on your review video. So you have those in front of you, don't you, my friend? Why don't you kind of tell people what this is all about? Maybe I can try and find your video, roll it in the background.
Sure. I've got them all here. I'll just
wait. My apologies, my friend. We got $2 super chat from Tyler. Is there a stand-up coming from Evercade P-Dub merch? A stand-up what? Like a stand-up machine? You never know. Anything is possible, right?
I actually did hear that they might be doing an Evercade dartboard. So
no, stop it with the dartboard. Oh, you're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Just gotta poke the bear. That's all.
All right, let's get you full screen here. That way you can show off these devices. And why don't you start walking people through these guys? If you're familiar with the RG351V, definitely get hyped up. Nostalgia's going to give you a little bonus content.
May not be able to see the screen very well. Hold on, let me see.
If you're not familiar,
not gonna be able to.
If you're not familiar, this might be the retro handheld console you decide to actually buy off of AliExpress. Go ahead, Nostalgia.
This is a really, really good handheld system. Now, Anbernic has been around for quite a while, and they've released other products. This is their newest one, the RG351V. They have other devices like the RG351M and the RG351P, and the difference between those, one is metal, one is plastic. But essentially, this is the same chipset. You're going to get the same performance out of this as you will out of these guys. The difference is the form factor, and I really like the form factor. I've always liked this vertical style form factor. So it's a powerful device. You can easily run PlayStation on it. You can get some N64 games going on it. You can run pretty much anything arcade related. You can run your CPS1, CPS2, CPS3, all your retro emulation. So like Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, all that sort of stuff. It just works really, really well. And the form factor is good. The build quality is awesome. And the buttons are fantastic. They are just incredible. And one thing I thought I would hate is the way that they set up the L and R buttons. And you can kind of see that they are side by side, but they ended up raising the L2 and R2 buttons. And it feels like really comfortable in your hand, so you can easily press those buttons without, cramping your fingers or anything. And it's just well designed. So if you guys are considering buying a handheld emulator or emulation device, honestly, I think this is going to be the console to beat for 2021 in this price point. It's about $100. And I don't think that any other company is going to be able to put out a product as good as this for this price point.
Yep. Did anyone in the live chat, did any of you guys order one and receive one yet? I know Cool Toy did a video. His review video was really good. You did a video, Nostalgia. All the usual suspects did a video. Mad Little Pixel. Did ETA Prime do a video on it? I don't think he did.
I believe he did.
Oh, he did? Well, I missed his.
Tacky.
Can I say that Nostalgia's video was also really good, P-Dubs? You didn't need to downplay the quality of his video. I know it is Cool Toy, but, Nostalgia's was still really good. You were like, Cool Toy did a video. It was really good. Nostalgia did one too.
Did I? No. Well, because we were just talking.
Well, the other thing about Cool Toy, if you guys need ROMs or games, just go to Cool Toy. Doug gives those things out like they're candy, man. So if you need anything, just reach out to him by email. He told me it's totally cool.
And if you finally want to know which pinball machine is the best, ask Cool Toy about it as well. He can recommend it.
Oh, Nostalgia.
Oh, you got to give me that ad revenue.
Do you have to have ads on here? I'm skipping your crap, man. No pennies for you. No soup for you. All right, so here we go. Here he's doing some game testing here. What system are you testing right now? Super Nintendo on this?
Super Nintendo. So with this game specifically, Super Mario World 2, that is an FX-enabled game. So oftentimes with some of these lower-powered devices, you can't really run those FX games really well. They have massive frame rate drops, things like that. Now, with this game specifically, I did change out the stock core that it was running, but you just do that in the settings, and it runs those games like butter. Like it's really smooth. It's really it just runs really well. So the other really cool thing on these is Nintendo DS games work really well, and you've got hot buttons on the back, like I believe it's the L2 button swaps your screen. If you press the R2 button, you can actually display both screens at the same time on your display. It's a really well thought through system, and the interface is very user friendly, and it's a good device. I don't want to plug it too much, but honestly, like I paid for 2 of these. I bought 2 of them, and I absolutely love them, and I stand behind it 100%.
Now, how well does it play the 64 games here? We got Mario Kart 64 rolling.
Well, you can see, Mario Kart 64 in general is a relatively easy game to emulate. It ran really, really well. Some games. So I don't want to mislead people. There's going to be the majority of games are going to run with frame rate issues, audio stuttering, those sort of things for N64. But a lot of people's favorites, those are the ones that tend to be more optimized. Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64. Those types of games, they do run quite well. You are going to get frame rate drops, but they'll run at like 80%, 85%, no problem.
So my question, whenever anybody tries to do an N64 emulation, is does it run GoldenEye?
This device, it can run GoldenEye, just not that well.
Yeah,
if you're looking for just like a baseline experience, you can definitely get through the game. You are going to have frame rate drops. The audio doesn't sound super great. But definitely it's playable. Now, the thing that's really cool about these products is that there's a huge community of developers, and they often create custom firmware, and then they optimize the snot out of the cores, and you end up getting like a substantial boost, like 10 or 15% boost in performance just because of the optimization that they do. So it's entirely possible that, within the next couple of months, we're going to have an underground team or some sort of like community development release a firmware that you can actually potentially get something like GoldenEye running on it really well.
So you're saying GoldenEye runs at 60.39%?
It sounds about right. Yeah, it would run about 60.39%.
Come on! Did you have to turn on mid-roll ads? Seriously?
Yeah, of course I turn on all ads.
Are you in this for the money? Is that what this is all about?
You play the game for the money. That's right. So
yeah.
No,
Well,
it's
can we take a step back real quick?
No.
Can we take a step back?
No.
I want to show you guys something. Now, guys,
Just
in the live.
hold on, before you do, take a look at that where you are. Oh, well, you're
No. I want to see this. Oh, wait, now we got to go back.
Where are we going
All
back?
right. Right here. Hold on. And 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, do me a favor in the live chat. Let me know. Do you guys like that clear, transparent gray cover, the solid white, or that wood grain cover?
It's not solid white. It's gray. Just
it's
so
a
you know.
gray. It's a gray color.
It's gray.
Oh well, it looks
gray.
white on my monitor. But in all honesty, guys, that wood grain, I'm loving that wood grain, man. That's actually after I saw all the review videos this week, guys. I never cover handhelds on my channel. Really, handhelds really aren't my bag. They're not my thing. But I had to order this. So after all the reviews came out this week, I got FOMO and I bought it. You know, you get these off AliExpress for $100. These things come already preloaded with all the goodness. So, you know, Anbernic, you know, right here, I ordered the wood grain one, man. I think that looks great. Guys, what do you guys think? Let me know. We're seeing wood grain. A lot of people are saying wood grain.
P-dubs. It's the wood that makes it good.
It's the wood.
Keep in mind, it's not actually wood, though. So I will say that it is plastic. You can tell that it's plastic by feeling it, but the like the graphics on the plastic look really sharp.
Our good friend Brad said handhelds are dorky.
Whatever, man.
But he has a few.
Yeah.
Now, nostalgia. Now, I saw you playing like Tekken 3 and things like that. Aren't you missing some buttons or what?
No, you're good. So Tekken 3, that's running on the PlayStation 1 or on a PlayStation 1 core.
I love it. Get wood and get good. Is that handheld made of wood?
Okay, so you have enough buttons to play those. Then.
Yeah. So to show you right here, you've got your like
He's got a big logo in front of you.
There you go. So you've got your 4 buttons that you would on a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation controller. You've got the analog, but you don't really need it. There's only a few games on the entire PlayStation catalog that actually require that. So you have your D-pad, your 4 buttons, and then you have both your LR, your L and your R triggers up on the top. So you've got everything that you need to play PlayStation on there. No problem.
Man, I can have Tekken 3 in my pocket.
Yeah, guys, just go to AliExpress and in the search bar type in RG351V. It's not that hard. It'll pop up within 2 seconds.
Yeah, or go to my video and just click on the link if you want a direct link right from there. So you get it from the right purchased. And it's not like I make money off that. It's just a direct link.
That's true, because there's some that possibly don't come loaded with all the goodness.
Well, I mean, there's that, but there's also, I mean, you don't, with these types of products, it's, when you're buying on AliExpress, I tend to recommend buy them from the official source. So the link that I have in my video is directly to the Anbernic official AliExpress site. So that way you'll actually get one from a reputable dealer.
Well, Ridge Racer looks like it's running pretty good on here, man. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's running at a solid 30 frames per second. That's the PSP version. And I mean, it runs really well. Now, anything PSP, again, is hit and miss, but I would say that like the majority of the games that I played that I chose, they ran really well. So you've got your Mega Man, Little Big Planet ran well. Even what is it called? Kingdom Hearts.
Mortal Kombat 4.
I didn't test it, but I could. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Mortal Kombat 4 ran fine on it. So,
Nostalgia the pirate.
Yeah.
Imagine. Look at this Dub, who he's visited our show a few times. I love his name. P-Dubs is not Dub for the conspiracy theorists out there, but Dub wrote handhelds at every red light. He bust out the handheld. Oh, it's green. Put it away.
Yeah, that's so funny. Games like this, we're looking at Vice City Stories. This is running at half speed, 15 frames per second, but it's playable. So
someone said Mortal Kombat and Zohar's ears perked up. That's pretty awesome. Breaking news from Arizona: Pac-Man giant joystick floats. Yeah, I should throw it in the God. What is that? The Saguaro Lake or whatever.
I say throw it in the return basket.
I don't. Just kidding. I don't do that.
The customer service.
Yeah. But in all honesty, Nostalgia, what you're saying is, with all the ones that are out there, because there are dozens and dozens and dozens, you could get lost for hours searching that website, looking at handheld consoles. You're saying this one's actually the best one. That's what you said in your review.
Yeah, I would say that this is going to be the best one. And I based it off of a few different factors, because there are other devices in the market that can do the same in terms of performance that this can. Like the Retroid Pocket 2 is another one that can run everything that this can run. It can run, but that's an Android-based system, and it requires a little bit of tinkering, and you got to do a whole bunch of fiddling around with it in order to get your games on there and get the proper course set up, and it just takes more work. If you're looking for a simple out-of-the-box solution, this is going to be your device.
I'm liking it. All right, Michael
The
B.
screen
Now that
looks awesome, man. The screen.
Oh,
Looks,
the screen is stunning. It looks terrible in my video. I was trying so hard to get it like captured
oh,
correctly.
you did a good job. What was that 8K you got?
No, but it does. It looks absolutely incredible in person.
Man,
And
your beard looks awesome in that
wait.
reflection.
This right here could kill a handheld. How's the sound? This is a great question.
That is a good question. Okay, so on this device, it's got a mono speaker, just a single speaker. So that's not ideal, but it sounds perfectly fine, and it's loud. If you are looking for a dual speaker setup, go with one of these guys. These guys right here. Am I holding it upside down?
That's the, what is it?
This is the R351 M, or the
M.
P. You could go with the P as well. So the only difference between M and P is that the M has the built-in Wi-Fi, the P does not. The P had some sort of hardware issue, so they give you an external Wi-Fi dongle, and the M is made of metal, and it's like substantial. This thing weighs a lot, and the P is plastic. So, but performance-wise, it's the same. And the nice thing about these, it has dual analog. It has the dual speakers. The sound is good. Everything else is good. But you will notice if you pause it right here, go back like 4 seconds and pause it. You'll notice that the screen on the RG351V is more vibrant.
Oh yeah.
So it has better
look at that
contrast and things like that. So keep that in mind as well. The screen is substantially better on the V than it is on the M or the P. So
you can really see it here. Let's go full screen for the viewers. Guys, take a look at this. Look how sharp and crisp that looks. And look, this kind of looks a little washed. That is a great point, Nostalgia.
Another thing I really like about that screen, if you're playing retro video games, that's the correct orientation. I mean, like you look at the other one and you're going to have black bars on the side while you're playing retro games.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too. You're looking at like a really good resolution there. So that's, what is it, 640 by 480, which is exactly what you want for like any of your retro games, with the exception of Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
Game Boy Advance is going to be running at a 3:2 aspect ratio, but you can set it so that it automatically defaults to that rather than stretching the screen. And that's what I did in the video when I was doing Game Boy Advance, and it just looks really good and plays well. So,
yep. So I can't wait for mine to get here. It's already shipped. I don't know how long it's going to take. I hardly ever order anything off AliExpress. It takes a while though, doesn't it? A couple weeks for it to show up.
Yeah, I think they have the option for like express shipping, but when I ordered the two of them, and to be fair, they know who I am, so they know I was going to review it. So they did send it out to me really quickly. I had it within 3 days, but normally
when he said that, what did anyone else get a flash of Anchorman? Well, I'm kind of a big deal.
That's not what I meant. What I meant
I have many leather bound books.
they knew who I was because they'd reached out to me to review one of them. So when I told them I already ordered two, they said, okay, well, what are your order numbers? We'll ship them all at the same time. So that's kind of how that went.
Yeah. Can you bring up the comment from Jamie Loken, the last one?
Is Nostalgia the new Soldier Boy?
I'm gonna create my own line of consoles, and I'm just gonna rip off everybody else's stuff. So.
Well, I think that wood is awesome, and I can't wait to get my hands on that wood.
Oh, okay.
That wooden console handheld is what I'm talking about. God, you perverts!
Jeez.
Oh man. All right, let's switch gears here. I think we spent a lot of time on that one, but Nostalgia was super excited.
It's a good unit. If you want a handheld, that's going to be the one to buy this year.
All right. So let's talk about something really quick, and then we're going to dive into some Arcade1Up stuff. So for instance, guys, do me a favor, go check out my YouTube channel. I did a review video for the Sharpen Ultra. I know the product's been out for a long time, about 9-10 months. So obviously it's not a hot item. Not a lot of folks want to see review videos on something that's been out for so long. But Detroit Love and I were having a great conversation before we went on air. We were talking about it, and we're like, about 9 months ago to a year ago when Sharpen was coming out, like all these other in-home V-Pin options weren't available yet. Like the Toy Shock was there, but you didn't have AtGames, you didn't have Arcade1Up available. But now that those are there, does that kind of make it tougher to buy these sharpen devices? No, because the cost of that sharpen is the same cost as buying an Arcade1Up pinball machine or an AtGames Legends pinball machine. And therefore, and you're not getting 2 screens, you're not getting a full pinball machine, like with all the bells and whistles.
They don't come with any games, do they?
No, they don't come with any games.
Okay.
You have to buy the games on top of that as well, right? Like from the Android store, right? Or if you plug in your Switch, you still have to buy the games on your Switch. You know what I mean? Like the stuff's not free. So what do you guys think in the live chat? Sharpen, were they so hot because it was so cool? No one else was doing a really cool tabletop pinball. But is it kind of like an obsolete thing now with all the other pinball options out there? What do you guys think? Michael B., what do you think?
I think Sharpen had its place at one point, but now it's been well played.
Oh,
wow.
you
Bazinga.
Wow. And they say Michael B. is the nice one. Zing.
He's a known hater.
What about you, Carl? Because you and I were having a great chat about this before we went live. What do you think, my friend? Oh, we lost him. Oh, he's back. Well, what do you think, Carl?
Yeah, it's a tough sale now that you have some other options. I mean, it was already coming in on a high end to begin with. Having to come from the UK, obviously that's going to bring up the shipping costs, and so it was a difficult sale to begin with. Being a countertop device.
Are we losing Carl?
Breaking up?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
I think he's in the middle of some kind of IT phone conversation, and we'll have to talk over him.
Oh, yeah. That was a pretty funny event this week. So we had a Facebook Messenger chat call, the 4 of us, so we could talk about what we were going to do for the show. We were talking on Tuesday. What are we going to do for the show tonight? And Carl started taking work calls and wouldn't mute his microphone. And so me, Nostalgia, and Michael B. are all sitting there like, so I think we should talk about the Evercade. Like, screaming at each other. And Carl's in the background like, did you turn it on and off? Did you plug it in? Did you check all your cables? It was hilarious, guys. It was absolutely hilarious. Hopefully he'll come back soon. Looks like he's having some tech issues. All right, so
let's also note the fact that Detroit Love is like the head of IT tech development, and he's having technical issues.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Don't tease him. We love Carl. Nostalgia. What do you think? Do you think there's a place in this world still for Sharpen? Or do you think that it's for us here in the States? Because I mean, man, shipping this thing this thing cost me an arm and a leg. I paid for this out of my own pocket.
I thought that the Sharpen was a cool product. The problem is that it's priced itself out of the market here. You're spending what, $600-700 on this thing shipped to get this in front of you. It's a single unit, doesn't have 2 monitors. I don't believe it has anything like haptic feedback or solenoids or any of those other functions. You're essentially paying, let's say, $600-700 for a tablet inside of a box with some pinball buttons. And I'm not trying to downplay it, but it's just really, really expensive to get that into the United States or Canada when you have other options here already.
Yep.
So, I mean, we've got lots of options. You've got the Arcade1Ups, you've got AtGames, you've got Toy Shock, you've got Well Played. If you really wanted to buy an inferior product, you could buy the Well Played product. So there's lots of stuff that you could throw your money at if you wanted to.
Yeah. Speaking of stuff you can throw your money at, we got a special message from one of our viewers, Jeff Rainwater. Let's see how Jeff Rainwater spends his money wisely, I may add.
Oh, that's a flantality.
And
funny.
You notice he picked the P-Dubs t-shirt. He had 4 guys to choose from. 4 different shirts, one for each of us, and he went with P-Dubs.
Oh, that's a flantality.
He went with P-Dubs just because you're dead.
Yep. Michael B. the Game Genie, where could they buy that t-shirt?
You can go to Nostalgia's Teespring store. It's good. He's got stuff. You can go there.
I hate you guys. All right, let's swing over and talk Arcade1Up. A lot of things are happening with Arcade1Up because they got products actually shipping out to folks. Not all the pinball machines, mind you, but the legacy cabinets are out there now. The Capcom legacy cabinet shipped. Midway legacy cabinets are shipping. Lots of people are receiving their Midway legacy cabinets. And then, of course, the Marvel versus Capcom cabinets are also shipping as well, and a lot of folks are receiving theirs. If you guys saw, I put a post on their Facebook page. I did receive today at the same time the Marvel versus Capcom cabinet as well as the Midway legacy cabinet. Now they're both still in boxes in the garage. I'm going to have to do a whole house shuffle and figure this mess out before I can build them and play with them. But pretty excited to have new toys. It's always exciting when you have new toys. Michael B., you're on those Arcade1Up pages a lot. What was the reaction to the Midway Legacy cabinet now that it's out there in the field? And we've even had some review videos posted.
Yeah, so Jason from the Third Floor Arcade, he got our message loud and clear and put up the correct thumbnail for his review videos, to which he got a very good response. He's got lots of views on his video. Good for him. You know, you've always got to have that arcade cabinet directly next to the fake fern. That is the only way to do a YouTube thumbnail. So, yeah, I've seen some good reviews videos out there, and a lot of my questions about that cabinet, concerns about, like, Rampage, they would have to change the arcade ROM because it's only built for a 3-player cabinet. That was answered. Gameplay looks really good. The extra features they added in, like pause, scan lines, it looks like they really did a good job with this cabinet. The cabinet build is good. There's some issues with people saying the marquee looks a little washed out. I can tell you every Mortal Kombat marquee they've done looks a little washed out, especially camera shots of it. But otherwise, it looks good. My favorite thing from all the Facebook posts on the YouTube groups was all the posts of people sending images from their wives that are currently at home, because they were all getting like 2 and 3 cabinets all on the same day. And it was it was wives saying, we need to have a talk as soon as you're free. And then the picture of like the 2 boxes of Arcade1Ups.
Now, Jason over at the, it's called the Third Floor Arcade with Jason is his YouTube channel. Guys, make sure you check it out. This is his video. So guys, make sure you do us a favor. Go check out his video. Give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. We're rolling some footage here because Jason's a good friend of ours. And take a look here. What do you guys think about that coin door sticker?
That looks awesome. That looks awesome.
Carl says it's awesome. What about you, Nostalgia? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean it's good. It looks good. I'm a dummy. I thought this was going to come with a faux coin door. For whatever reason, I misread it and I got them mixed up. And yeah, I was like, "Is this thing come with a faux coin door?" And I was like, "Guys, is that what it is?" And they're like, "No, it's a sticker." And I was like, "Damn it!" And then I went and looked and checked, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just dumb." But yeah, no, I think it looks good, and it's a smarter move than to throw all the game titles on there. If you're going to be putting 12 titles on that small little space, it's going to look pretty cluttered.
What about you, Michael B?
Well, I mean, Arcade1Up has got a lot of feedback from a very vocal community over the years saying they didn't want the names on the front kick plates. And I mean, there's even companies that are set up solely to make replacements for the kick plates. So obviously the fans don't really like the kick plates. And a lot of people have said faux coin doors are the way to go. And they listened. And I think that it's a good change. The only thing I'm concerned about is I've got 14 Arcade1Up cabinets in my house. The minute I get one with a faux kick plate or a kick plate decal, I'm going to want all of them to have kick plate decals. So there's going to be a market out there for people making these third-party stickers to go over the art on these cabinets and sending them out to fans. So there's going to be new decals of just the faux coin doors coming out from third-party people to fix the old cabinets.
Well, Arcade1Up could just make like a generic one that doesn't have any specific branding, and they could sell that on their site. Even if it's the vinyl or if it's an entire replacement, they could do that. People would probably buy that up.
Yeah. Except they'll charge $80 for it, so the third-party vendors will win.
Yeah, and then they'll also charge $75 in shipping, but that's okay.
To Canada.
Yeah.
Now, one thing Arcade1Up has always done lately on these latest generations of cabinets is they're really minimizing the user interface, right? Like now it's we got 12 games on this cabinet. Let's just keep cramming as many of them onto one screen as possible, right? You know, I'll be honest, this UI didn't look as pretty to me from what I saw on Jason's, but I'll see it in person when I actually build my cabinet. And when it comes to the coin door, I'm digging them not putting the game logos on the kick plates. Like, I'm totally digging that. I think that's a great idea. But the coin door sticker, in my opinion, from what I saw, again, I got to see it in person when I build my cabinet. From what I saw in Jason's video, it looked kind of cheesy to me. So what I might end up doing is taking my Costco Mortal Kombat cabinet that has the kick plate graphics that I bought from ArcadeGraphics.com, has the actual logo on it. I might just swap kick plates. You know what I'm saying? If the kick plates will fit.
Yeah,
and I'll sell the Costco Mortal Kombat cabinet with the coin door sticker on it and keep the other kick plate. Does that make sense? I'd be like, hey, you're getting a Costco Mortal Kombat cabinet. It's also got this coin door sticker on it when I sell that one. It'll be pretty cool. Zohar sent us a super chat, $5. How am I going to play 12 games? Seriously, that's so many games. How can I ever get to play all of them?
Well, Zohar doesn't even like Mortal Kombat, so this isn't the right cabinet for him anyway. So
let's just put it this way. Zohar and I were PMing each other earlier this week, and let's just say this. Zohar discovered CoinOps X. Zohar, welcome to the dark side. That's probably where all that's coming from. But yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap kick plates and get rid of it. I'm all for fake coin doors, right? I'm all for it. But not as a sticker, right? Like the fake coin door on the Killer Instinct cabinets and stuff. Like that's actually going to be a mold, right? Like a plastic mold.
I think so.
Like
yeah.
So those will look cool, right? These stickers, not so cool, right? So that's what I'm doing. But you guys, let me know what you guys are going to do. You're playing.
You seem to think that your stickers are cool.
My stickers are amazing. I have about 100 more sticker requests that I got to send out. So I'm running through postage stamps like crazy.
I haven't gotten my sticker.
Yeah, I haven't gotten mine either.
Look at Zohar. My life has changed. 4 games or 1,600. Okay, now here come all of our CoinOps fans. Okay. Living the dream. That's pretty funny. All right, guys. So now, also watching Jason's video, it looked to me like he kept saying that everything was fine, the controls were fine. What did you think about the controls for what was it? Was it Tapper? Tapper, you're using both joysticks, right? Isn't that what he showed?
Yep.
In the review. So that's kind of cool, right? Using both joysticks.
Yep.
Oh, geez. What's with mid-roll ads? Come on, people. I guess I got to sign up for YouTube Premium again. Jeez.
Again, you're a YouTuber who makes ad revenue.
I know.
Why are you complaining about the ads?
I know. But look at the controls on Defender. Now, you guys tell me, is this Michael B, what do you think about this? Is this okay?
I don't know. I mean, you're still separated by still kind of separated by a joystick. That's disappointing. I was hoping they'd be able to fit most of that into one button layout. So I don't understand why they did that, but
yeah,
like, I mean, it's optimal. You don't want to. That's disappointing. I didn't want.
It's disappointing. Is that what you said, Michael B?
Well,
Mike, you're so hard on Arcade1Up, man.
Mike, you're always dogging on Arcade1Up every episode, bro.
I know. I'm a known hater, but I've got to play it to find out. I will tell you that Defender. That's the reason I bought my Rampage cab, was to play Defender. And
you got spanked on that one.
I know, and the experience is tough. It's tough to play it on the Rampage cab. Like, you got to be superhuman to be controlling the control stick with your pinky finger while you're trying to press the buttons here, and then go back and forth with the other ones. At least you're not jumping over 2 joysticks and you're only jumping over 1 joystick. I got to play it to pass an opinion on how the controls are, but I was hoping they'd be able to optimize them a little bit better.
Oh, this is interesting. I did not know this. Again, another reason why I need to open it up and play with it. There's multiple control options. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
RB says it's trash. Good luck playing that.
So someone said, yeah, there's a simplified control design for Defender as well. And going back and reading the comments on Jason's video now, I think someone posted that too.
Now, this, honestly, this is the game that I'm worried about the most, honestly, is how is this thing going to play without our bicycle handlebars? And when Jason played with the joystick, it didn't look like he was doing so well. He said he was out of practice and rusty. But was it the controls? Well, look at that. Boom. Boom. He's dead.
That game is very difficult to
control
no matter what you have.
Real quick, guys, let me cover this. We got a $5 super chat from TT. Thanks so much. P-Dubs, when can we expect the AtGames Legends Pinball control decks to ship? And if it's not soon, can I buy yours? No, you cannot have mine. But they will be shipping approximately May 10th is what they told everybody on National Owners Day. And that is still the date. We haven't heard of any changes. So May 10th, guys, they're just sending out all their review units now. And then, of course, they got to get, those containers over here. And let's not forget the backlog at the ports. Here's the Rexer show. We missed the Rexer. We got to get Rexer on. We haven't had Rexer on in a while. Make the control panel Fing. He's probably talking about, I don't know who Fing is. Fing might be a person. Make the control panel in the Defender layout and tailor the other games to the Defender layout.
Yeah, they could have made it the Defender cab. That's an option. I will say, honestly, for most people with Paperboy, a lot of people are going to be playing Paperboy with a lot of experience playing it on consoles anyways. So using the joystick is not going to be that abrasive to them because they're used to using a D-pad to play it with. So I think arcade purists absolutely would have preferred seeing Paperboy with the handlebar joystick. But the reality is people ask for Paperboy. They're never going to make a Paperboy cabinet with only one game on it. How do you give people Paperboy if you don't do it?
I know what he meant, Scott, in the chat. I know what he meant. I just didn't want to say it. But it's got Rampage on it. George, Lizzie, and Ralph. We love these guys. Come on now. Rampage World Tour was better. Yeah. I still want a Defender Partycade. Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. All right, so Midway Legacy cabinets are out. Reviews are starting to be posted by folks. Make sure you guys check it out. Did you guys order one? Put a 1 in the chat if you ordered it or received it. If you had no interest in this product, put a 0. We love doing these quick live polls real quick, seeing what our audience is into. This game actually looks a lot of fun. This is is this the Wizards one?
Wizard of War, yeah.
Wizard of War.
I honestly don't think I've ever played this.
Oh, really?
I can't remember ever playing this. Carl, did you ever play this?
Oh, yeah. Ate up a lot of quarters.
God, I don't think I've ever touched this.
I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a winner.
Winner, chicken digger. Now, Michael B., since you own every Arcade1Up product ever designed, are you suffering from FOMO seeing all these pictures and stuff going on? Are you getting itchy? In the groin area?
Well, I'm always itchy in the groin area, but that's because of my trip to Bermuda back in the 70s. So anyways, we got really lucky with the pinball here in Canada, but it looks like we're a bit delayed on these cabinets. I was told they should start shipping this week. If you're really anxious, you can order them here in Canada from Radio Shack. Well, the Source now. The Source actually has the Midway cabinet in stock with shipping usually a couple days. So if anybody wants them and they're panicking, go order from the Source. I have my reservation in at Best Buy, and it says that we're looking at an April 15th at the earliest delivery. Arlene from the Brick said they look to be shipping now, so she's hoping to try to get them out next week or the week after. So it looks like the Brick has 17th as their delivery date. I don't know. I think we're going to be mid-April before anybody starts seeing these if you don't buy it from the Source, a.k.a. Radio Shack.
Wait. You got a Radio Shack up there?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, it's the Source by Circuit City. Basically, what they did was they transferred all the Radio Shacks to the Source.
All right, but it's called
Just
Radio
rebranded
Shack.
them.
Is it called Radio Shack or is it called the Source?
No, I call it Radio Shack, but I walk into every store and call it by its original name, even if it changed 40 years ago, because I'm difficult.
All right, you're pulling my nostalgia. Are there Radio Shacks in Canada?
Not anymore.
Oh.
No, we've got the Source. We have the Source.
You have the Source.
The Source, yeah. And as far as what my understanding of it was, the Source purchased out all the assets for Radio Shack.
Yeah.
So technically, the Source owns whatever the Canadian entity of Radio Shack was.
Yeah,
for real?
Basically, they bought all the stores and they got a lot of unsold TurboGrafx 16 products.
I'm not baiting you. I just want to know, for real, do you guys have that stuff?
For real.
With Nostalgia?
Yeah. That's the best one yet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is my favorite one. I like that one.
Take your screenshots now, guys. That's this week's For Real with Nostalgia. Every week, a whole new For Real experience. And there you guys go. Special shout out to our buddy Kamla, who does a lot of the artwork for our show, for always putting these together. These crack me up. What's funny, too, is I always send him, like, during the week, I'll message him and be like, okay, I want Nostalgia's face on Barf from Spaceballs. And I just sent him this one. I'm like, I got a great one. He's like, what? I'm like, put Nostalgia on Teen Wolf. And it's so good.
This one's really, really good. This is my favorite one.
It's so good. This is going on a t-shirt.
This is fantastic.
And speaking of For Real, I think that's a good segue to talk about this Arcade1Up Chinatown Market cabinet.
Oh my God, the Chinatown cabinet. Now we're going to be labeled as known haters if we talk about that cabinet. Are you sure you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think we should talk about it for a few seconds.
All right.
We should. We could also
All
talk about their infinity table shipping now.
All right, guys. So, yeah, let's get off Mortal Kombat. Let's talk. Let's do Chinatown first, and then we're going to talk about the Infinity tables, and we're going to talk about Marvel versus Capcom. So, what is up with this Chinatown thing, guys? What do you think, Carl? You brought it up. I don't want to go there.
I mean, they beat out the AtGames with the branding for sure. I mean, it's like 8 different Chinatown Market logos on there. But I wouldn't buy it personally, but I understand where they come from. You know, if you're familiar with Chinatown Market branding, they do a lot of basketballs, little crazy basketballs, so it fits into the people that love their stuff. So I would see that people would buy it. That's a fan of Chinatown Market, but you know, I'm not really a fan of NBA Jam to begin with, the cabinet. So I definitely wouldn't get this version of it.
I love that people are like, show it. Hot garbage. Chinatown NBA Jam is absolutely terrible. Terrible. It's no Pizza Hut cabinet. Oh my God, that Pizza Hut cabinet. The Pizza Hut cabinet looks like someone literally threw up on an arcade machine.
Yeah, that looks really bad.
That thing was a really obnoxious. But guys, this is your Chinatown Market NBA Jam. Let's try and get in here a little bit closer. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you know, they're going to reach some people that they probably normally wouldn't reach with this. That's just fans of these things, of this brand. I don't hate it. I wouldn't buy it, but I don't hate that they're trying something different to get their products out in front of people. Yeah. If they buy this wacky one and now they like it, they'll buy some of the other normal cabinets. So why not?
My eyes. That looks like Velveeta cheese. Awesome. No comment.
Are you talking to me?
No, I said Michael B. Tell me why this is awesome.
No, I'm not going to tell anybody it's awesome. I already said on my pinball live stream that I think the chillin' chat that I've got coming up on Monday night, this is going to be the topic. We're going to talk about Arcade1Up's partnerships, why they do them, and what the purpose is, and what does the core community, the hardcore community, think of them compared to, you know, what about the casual consumer they're trying to bring in with this? So I'll be talking about this in a lot more detail Monday night. It's not something that appeals to me, but again, I'm a 40-year-old man and I'm not exactly with it anymore. So I don't know if it is designed to attract to me or most of the people like that watch the show that are hardcores in the community.
Well, it's all about the hype. You know what I mean? It's what I like. Someone wrote here. It's the hype beast thing. Where is it? I kind of lost it. The chat's really flying right now. A lot of people are very opinionated about this cabinet, but it's the hype beast train, guys. And if there's one thing about that, the Super GameRoom dudes know, it's hype.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy WWE Superstar Mojo Riley coming at you, and you are watching the best arcade and gaming podcast show on YouTube, the Super GameRoom Dudes, where they don't get hyped, they stay hyped. Check them out.
That's right, guys. The hype beast is here on the Super GameRoom Dudes.
So I gotta make a confession right now. Like, Mojo has never been really my favorite wrestler, and sometimes I'm not so nice on Twitter. And I said some venomous stuff about him one time randomly while I was watching Monday Night Raw, and I didn't tag a minute or anything like that. And I was like, "Pray for Mojo" or something. I made a Simpsons reference, and he actually liked the comment, and he made me feel really bad. And I realized that Mojo might not be my favorite wrestler, but he's a person, a human, and he seems like a really good dude. And I always felt really bad about it. So when we had him on, I was like, oh, I just felt bad about saying that really nasty thing about him on Twitter that time.
Mike, you're a known hater. We all know.
I know.
That's the problem.
I trolled somebody on Twitter and I felt bad because they liked my tweet. Oh, geez, Mike, you're such a rollover. Come on, man.
You got to double down on that stuff. You got to say some really nasty stuff the next time.
So
that's how that works.
All right, so getting off this Chinatown market mess, which obviously they're probably only going to make 30 of these, like they did that little itty bitty Street Fighter cabinet, right? It's probably going to be
Mac, yeah.
Talking about their Infinity gaming table, guys. Anyone in the live chat? Did you guys participate and get your Infinity gaming tables? If you guys remember on my channel, this is a product I was interested in, and I weevil waffled. I put in for the Kickstarter, but then I backed out, had second thoughts, and I haven't jumped back in yet. So did anyone get it? Anyone think it's cool? And what do you guys think about folks receiving their Infinity gaming tables with only half of the games promised them so far? But then again, it's like iArcade. The game's got to be optimized and released. So I kind of get that part. So I'm not going to hate on them for not releasing all the games at the same time. But then again, from what I saw, especially it just seemed really small with the 24-inch screen. And guys, as you guys know, I've been checking the import data. No 32 inches have arrived yet. Anyone who pre-ordered a 32-inch, they haven't arrived yet. Or if they're here, they're in the line of boats and they just haven't gotten their turn on the dock. So yeah, what do you guys think about this? Nostalgia, let's start with you because you are a big fan of this product.
Oh, I think I don't like it. I don't want to offend anyone who's in our chat, but if you bought it, I'm sorry. And I don't actually have any problem with the fact that what's up, Mike?
Oh, baby. MK2 Legacy has arrived in Ontario. I'm sorry. I was distracted by a second. Canadian Legacy cabinets have arrived. I'm excited. I love Arcade1Up. I'll be over here.
What? What is going on?
He got too excited. He had to turn his camera off.
Yeah, clean up on aisle 1.
Oh, my God.
I had a flan explosion.
All right. So Nostalgia's not interested in this product, but you saw the pictures, right? Like in their groups and stuff. Like it looked really, I mean, they had little children next to these and they looked really small even for the little kids.
The size of it doesn't matter to me. When I'm looking at that, it's going to be placed on a table and you're going to be playing around it. It's no smaller than a board game. So from my perspective, the size, whatever, 24 inches is more than sufficient. It's bigger than any board game I own. So,
and they had kids playing around the toy shop when you bought that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and you said the Marvel and the Star Wars 24-inch. Once you get the plan, it's not the big deal. So why would this be any different?
We got a $2 super chat from Zohar. 1UP lost me at Supreme, but he loves John D forever. And you know how we know he loves John D forever? Because Zohar told me his favorite game to play is Where's John D? And eventually John D will reappear. And we're waiting for John D needs to come back at this point. Like, come back. Everyone's waiting. Just come back. Just don't be a weirdo. Just come back and just give people information. That's all we want. You know what I mean?
They have a marketing team for that.
Yeah. Michael B, are you okay? You look like you're exhausted. You're kind of glowing a little.
He just flanned everywhere. Of course he's exhausted.
Flanned everywhere. I'm trying to get information on where this guy got this Mortal Kombat 2 Legacy cab, because I'll tell you right now, my Best Buy order hasn't shipped.
Oh, I love it. Sorry, 8-Bit Brian, you win the chat of the day. John D will appear in a puff of smoke. He's going to show up. Sorry. All right, go ahead, my friend. Sorry, you were saying.
No, it's okay. I want it.
All right, calm down, Michael B. Yes, they're in Canada, but calm down. All right, so 32 inches. None have arrived yet, guys. Once they arrive, I'll probably put something on my YouTube community thread. That way you guys know, hey, at least they've arrived. this product really still isn't for me. I love, as you guys know, I love board games too, and I love board games. It's just I don't like the whole turn your head, so I can put my pieces down stuff like. And nothing beats the roll of the dice, right? I almost did the hand movement, but that would have looked really bad.
You're talking about wood earlier on, and
I almost shook the dice. So
you brought this up when you've talked about this a couple times, and I've brought it up too. I think I don't know what the online component of it is, but I've had a lot of fun over the years. I'm not a big fan of it now, but I've played from time to time with Dungeons and Dragons and other those D&D style games, RPG, board RPG, or whatever you call it. Like I used to play Robotech. There was a Robotech one too. So the idea that this could eventually go into that atmosphere and have people playing Dungeons and Dragons on it competitively, is that something that might interest you to get it in the future?
If they ever added like Roll20 or something to play Dungeons and Dragons, I probably would be super hyped. But then again, none of my buddies own it. So it's like, all of my buddies who I would play D&D with are all back in Chicago. So like one of them would need to get it.
Yeah.
So that way they could all be in a room and I could be here in Arizona. We could play together. Like that would be for me, like probably a reason to get it. But, minus that, I really not for me. But great question though. Thank you. Or in the words of Zhang Xin, anything is possible. Maybe. But yeah, guys, once we see some of that stuff arrive, we'll definitely keep you posted. That's what the Super GameRoom Dudes are all about. But also, guys, we let you know a couple weeks ago that nearly 2,500 Marvel vs. Capcom cabinets arrived. And here's what I like. Nostalgia. These cabinets arrived. We knew they were here. We kind of told people like on my YouTube thread, I was like, hey, guys, 2,500 Marvel vs. Capcom cabinets are here. You guys are waiting for them. They're coming. And here's what I like. Best Buy didn't do any pre-orders. They just, once they had the crap in their hands, they put them up for sale. We placed our orders. They shipped within a day or two. And like, mine's here already. Mm-hmm. That's a great experience, right, Nostalgia? Come on now.
It's a good experience. Sure it is. We, at Best Buy here in Canada, did pre-orders.
They did. Not here in the States. It was just, once they had them, they put them up. Product available.
Oh, sorry. We're talking Marvel vs. Capcom? Never mind. I lied.
Yeah,
I don't think we did that.
Yeah, we're switching to Marvel vs. Capcom now.
Sorry. I was still on something else. No. Yeah, definitely. No, Mike, I don't think they did pre-orders for that here, did they?
Yep.
They did?
Yeah, so what happened was the pre-orders went up for X-Men vs. Street Fighter here in Canada, which was a Best Buy exclusive here. We didn't have a Walmart version. And everybody kept saying, where's Marvel vs. Capcom? And Arcade1Up, I reached out to the Canadian distributor for Arcade1Up here. And they said, yeah, no Marvel vs. Capcom this year. So then I took it back to the community. No one wanted to believe me. So they were like, nah, I'm just going to wait for it to come out. And then finally, they found out. And they said, there's no Marvel vs. Capcom coming out this year. So they put a post up on the Canadian group. David McIntosh responded and said, hey guys, listen, I'm Canadian too. I would love to shred some Marvel vs. Capcom with you. Let's see what we can do. So eventually we did get a pre-order go up for Marvel vs. Capcom here at Best Buy. Then people in America got upset because they were told there was going to be no more Marvel vs. Capcom coming out after the initial pre-order. And then they found out about our pre-order. Then they complained to Arcade1Up again. So somehow our pre-orders that went up in late December for might have even been November. I think it was late December for Marvel vs. Capcom. Still haven't been fulfilled, and it looks like we might run into May, June. But the U.S. ended up getting a second shipment of Marvel vs. Capcom anyways, even though they were told they weren't. So the people here in Canada are now getting upset because they've been waiting so long to get their Marvel vs. Capcom.
You know what? Canada got attacked from Mars before anyone else. Canada needs to knock it off. You guys got pinball.
Wait, hold on. We get one out of like 75 cabinets that are coming up before everyone else.
Well, that's all you need.
Now we got to shut up, eh? Yeah.
Shut up, eh?
I do have an update. The Midway Legacy cabinet that arrived here in Canada was in fact from the source. Like I mentioned, they had them available. So if you want your Midway Legacy cabinet quick and you're not worried about a return policy, the source. Formerly Radio Shack.
Okay, so you talked me into buying this, Michael B.
Yeah.
And also too, guys, let me know in the live chat, knowing that a product is actually in stock. It's in stock, the store has it, and it says on their website, will ship in 24 hours. Place your order. Guys, that also made me pull the trigger. You know what I mean? Not just Michael B telling me, I want you to buy this game so you can teach me how to play and kick my butt every time we play against each other. Not just the online capability, but the fact that it was available. You know what I mean? No waiting, no stress. I bought it like 4 days ago, and it's here. It's in my garage. That when I bought my Neo Geo VSX, same thing. It's a great feeling, man, and we miss that feeling. We want that feeling. So, but Michael B, minus those reasons for me purchasing the cabinet, why should I buy this? Because you have X-Men versus Street Fighter, though, right? You don't have Marvel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have X-Men versus Street Fighter because it was in store while I was there and available, and my FOMO got the best of me, so I took it home. This one comes with X-Men versus Street Fighter, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Marvel versus Capcom, X-Men Children of the Atom, and the awesome console port of Mutant Apocalypse, which I will never, ever play. So, there's 3 really good fighting games that have Wi-Fi capabilities, and so far it's been fun getting absolutely trounced online. You're not in for a good night when you get into a match in X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom, and the guy that you're fighting starts juggling you, and you can't even get out of the juggle. You're like, oh, that's fun.
Mike,
so
you know what I typically say to people who get caught up in the juggle?
Oh, here it comes.
You got to get good.
You gotta get good. Now, guys, I didn't even realize this because it wasn't here on the Best Buy website. I went here. This is all I saw was the one picture, clicked add to cart, and I bought it. The thing showed up today, and it's the massive Arcade1Up box because it came with the stool. Yeah. So now I have another stool, and you guys know I don't want these stools. There's too many of them. You have too many stools. You're tripping over them. Zohar gave us another super chat. Have fun with that crowded control panel. You guys, we need to get good. And also, Original Console Gamer, this is great, guys. Make sure you check out his channel. My MVC shipped 4 hours after purchase. Why is this not the norm? We want that feeling back, right? It's like we had that in 2019, and we lost that in 2020, right? With world events. So it's just really cool when you buy something like these big ticket items and they ship the next day. You know what I mean? No stress. And in my personal opinion, I think all these retailers should be doing this instead of waiting on Arcade1Up to get these things into the country. Don't even put them up for sale until you actually have them in your hands.
Well, I think the pre-orders help the retailers identify how much stock they're going to bring in, because they don't want to order 100 arcade cabinets from Arcade1Up and then be sitting on 75 of them. So they do the pre-order so they can identify how many they're actually going to bring in.
Yep. So, guys, if any of you have X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom, how's the online fighting experience? Let me know in the live chat, guys. Is it good? Is it bad? Does it need improvement? Michael B., what's your experience been playing X-Men versus Street Fighter?
Really, really good, really responsive. We talked about it. We were very concerned going into the launch of this cabinet that, sometimes fighting games online, they don't always work so well. There's issues with timing because everything's so timing sensitive in these online competitive fighting environments. And we also had some pause because the online experience wasn't going to be handled by Code Mystics, who we trust so very much. But, my experience so far has been very good. The only thing is we haven't done that online test. I've had fights with people and talked about it afterwards, and it seemed to go well. But you remember what we did with NBA Jam. We haven't had that 2 people at the same time playing, so we could confirm the exact same things were happening.
Sorry, I just love the people.
And that has to be done because you could be playing a Phantom again. So,
yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm hoping I can at least get it built this weekend and fire it up and hop into, is it called the Danger Room? They have a Danger Room?
Yeah, come into the Danger Room, look for Michael B, and come get these claws.
Get these. You want these hands?
If you guys want an easy win, go play against Michael B.
Yeah, that's true. I don't deny that.
But Michael B, think about it. Me, when I hop in there and I absolutely destroy you like 30 matches in a row, you're going to realize that I'm just trying to help you get good.
It's true. He is helping. He's not doing a good job, but he's trying.
Shout out to the high-low team, guys. We definitely love the high-low hack. Absolutely. Come get these Hawks.
A lot of guys were asking what I'm going to order today. I ordered that stool from Harbor Freight.
Uh-huh.
And it's been on back order. And they've been shipping them to local stores, but they won't ship me mine. You know, I'm so pissed. So I think I'm just gonna go into a local store and buy it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The is that the one with the fire
Flame,
on it?
yes.
Yeah, that would look cool by that.
The Double Dragon.
Yeah, the Double Dragon cabinet. That would look really, really cool. Oh, look at this.
If they would ship it, it would look really cool.
They say B Kong is good at this game. We'll see.
Yeah, yes.
We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give him a run for his money. So Marvel versus Capcom. I can't wait to check it out. You know, I mean, I have access to play all these games on different platforms, but again, online play. The fact that my buddies also own it. The fact that it was in stock and it shipped promptly. The fact that it was a stress-free purchase. These are all reasons I would continue to buy Arcade1Ups. Versus the fact that every game they release, I could play some other way. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's pretty exciting for me. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to check it out. So,
yeah, and we'll tell the community when we're going to get together, and we're going to do a one-on-one live.
Yep. The world needs to watch you get your ass handed to you. Any news on Killer Instinct? No news. We're honestly thinking that'll be coming out this fall. I think a lot of the stuff they announced isn't going to come out till fall. What do you guys think?
Yeah. We talked about this on Chill and Chat. Sorry to try to advertise my show that I do, but we talked about this on Monday night, and the impression that we're getting is fall, third quarter. Twisted Chris, who has had communication with Arcade1Up regarding Killer Instinct. They have told him that the date right now is fall. So, I'm thinking the rest of the cabinets are all going to come out around that time too.
Now, Detroit Love is going to swivel. You're going to put the swivel mod on that stool?
No, that $34 is already swivel.
Yep. And thanks for the cheap plug. No, we fully support Michael B. Just like, we plug all our stuff. We plug Michael B's stuff, guys. Is this going to become a permanent thing? You've done it like 3 weeks in a row now, right?
5 weeks in a row. Yeah.
5 weeks in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 weeks in a row, you're doing let people know what it is. You're doing it's an Arcade1Up only stream.
No. It's not Arcade1Up only. It's whatever I want to talk about. But you guys know me. It's mostly Arcade1Up most of the time.
And it's on what day? What day and what time, Mike?
Monday nights. Monday nights. It started as just a way for me to test my new mic, but I had so much fun doing it. And it's different because I do a lot of live streaming where I'm playing a game and you can sort of talk to people. But when you're one-on-one with the camera and reading the comments go up there, it's a much more interactive environment. I've really enjoyed it, so I kept doing it.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure you check out and support Michael B's show on Mondays. He does get a lot of 1UP fans that tune into that. So make sure you guys check that out. Very proud of you, Michael, for doing that. Cheap plug. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so what's coming up this weekend? So I have all these new cabinets. They're still in boxes. So my goal, of course, is to film my Attack from Mars pinball review. And I actually got some cool stuff. My goal is to make it a fun, entertaining review. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm hoping I'll have that posted either Saturday or Sunday. Detroit Love, what's next for you, my friend?
Man, I have been hunting for the video controller board for the version 2 Countercade. Those things are tough to find, but that's what I'm trying to get that so I can either put a Raspberry Pi into the Galaga or a 60-in-1. Haven't really decided which route I'm going to go, but that's my next project if I can get the parts I need.
Nostalgia, what are can people expect to see from you? What's coming up down the road, my friend?
Oh man, I've got to do a video on these devices again. So I made the review video, but I'm probably going to do like a more comprehensive, in-depth like emulation video, so you guys can actually see the performance on some of the higher end consoles. So probably a dedicated video for N64, one for Dreamcast, and one for PSP. And then I've also got Attack from Mars pinball review video that's got to come out. I've got to build my Marvel one. It's still sitting in its box. I still have an Outrun sitting in the box, and I've got Big Buck Hunter, and then like a shelf full of stuff that I still have to review. So lots of stuff.
Michael B is going to be dropping a video on the Frogger cabinet.
I might buy Frogger. That's something that might happen. I got good news this week too about my job and stuff. So I might buy Frogger. Oh no, just I can't really discuss it right now, but I got good news.
Oh, he got good news at the job. You know what that means? He's going to walk into the store and go, just like Wayne's World, do you take cash? So, yeah, guys, we got a lot of good stuff coming up on our channels. Make sure you subscribe to all the hosts. Thanks, as always, for tuning in to the Super GameRoom Dudes. Hopefully, we gave you some good entertainment and some fun conversation this Friday night. Carl, whenever you're ready, we can send everybody on their way. Hey, guys, head over to Your Average Gamer's channel and check out his Retro After Show. Don't forget to support the community. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a guest on his show last week. I may pop up there today as well. He's doing a good job over there. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm gonna be on there next week. So
okay, yeah, he's doing a great job. I've been enjoying the tournaments. Definitely, with my presence there, has been 60.39% better. I've been trying to rank at least in the top 10, at least fit into the top 15 each time. I hadn't played Table 2 yet, but I plan to do that tonight. But guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the web.
Come on, Nostalgia, give us a howl on the way out.
No.
Ow!